Hi everyone, welcome back. Thanks so much for watching. Today's look, it is green eyes with a bit of a slate gray green and then some green through the crease, or a greenish gray through the crease, and some blue liner and nude lips. If you want to find out how to do this look, then keep watching. I've already primed my eyes using the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. That's my first base for this pop of color. And I filled in my eyebrows using MAC's Lingering Brow Pencil. The next step is to use something on top of that Too Faced Shadow Insurance. And I'm using MAC's paint. And this one is Bare Canvas. So you just need a tiny, tiny pea-sized amount, and you're going to put that on your eye and blend it out a little bit. And this will help everything stay on longer, and it will also make the color, that green color, pop some more. Okay, so while that MAC paint sets, I'm going to pretty much clean up under my brows. Right now, they need a little bit of a trim and a good wax. So I'm going to use my MAC Studiofinish Concealer. This is shade NW20, and I'm using an angled brush. This is a MAC 266. And I'm going into my color and pretty much just outlining the underside of my eyebrow. And I'm going to take that same 266 brush and pull that concealer down. And what this does ultimately is it gives the appearance of a cleaned up, sharpened shape. And it really helps when your eyebrows need some work done, as mine do right now. So pull that down. Doing next is I'm going to take my Cosette S165 and just blend out the bottom half so that there isn't such a harsh line. Using one of my very favorite matte colors, and anytime I get an opportunity to use it, I do. This is called Bitter by MAC. It's been a while. I think is it a velvet tone? It might be a velvet, but it's a lime green. And it's not a shimmery lime green. And I'm taking a MAC 224 flat brush and loading up one side of the brush with the color Bitter. What you're going to do is go into the inner corner of your eye, and you're going to stop midway. So we're not going all the way across the lid with this color. And concentrate the color on just the lid of the eye. So next I'm taking the new Evil Eye Quad from MAC. This is from the MAC Me Over collection. And I'm using the color called Evil Eye, which is a matte, it's like a black and green right here. It's very pretty. And flip your brush over, use the opposite side, and pick up some of that color. I'm going to pretty much shade in the outer half of your eyelid. So from where your Bitter stops, pull that color in. And to blend the two together, you're pretty much tapping the Moody over the Bitter, and then flip your brush over to put some of that Bitter over the Moody. You can see that. Next, for a little bit of sheen and color on the inner corner of your eye, I'm using the Twist of Tartan eyeshadow palette from MAC's Holiday Collection last year. And the color I'm using, it's called Rolled Gold. And it's this middle shade here. It's a green gold. It looks somewhat like green smoke, but it's a lot lighter than that color. If you don't have a color like this, something like Gorgeous Gold by MAC, that would work really well. So what you'll need for the inner corner is a fluffy dome brush. This is a MAC 224. And go into that rolled gold and tap off the excess. Because it's a luster, usually when I use a luster, I like a sponge tipped applicator to apply it, but this will work really well for a soft wash. And you're just going to start right at your inner tear duct and pull the color toward. For our crease color today, we're using another favorite of mine by MAC, and it is called Coquette. Coquette is a medium brown shade that looks gray almost, but it works really well with any green eyeshadow you're using. If you're using green, a seafoam color, anything like that, Coquette is a perfect match. So I'm taking that same fluffy brush and dipping in. And what I'm going to do is start at the middle point of my crease and pull the color downward. So start right here and blend back and forth using circular motions. So next for the highlight, I'm using a dual-sided Smashbox brush. The side you want to use is the tufted side that is like a crease brush. And I'm using the color called Nylon by MAC, and it's right here. And Nylon is a buttered cream. It's a frost, and this one is, it blends out. You know, it can really ruin your color and muck it up a bit, so be very careful with this. You only need a little bit because it's very well pigmented. So I have it on the tip of my brush, and what I'm going to do is just go in under that highlight very carefully. You're pretty much just dabbing that color there. As you can see, that brings in a lot of color. And I'm going to take that Cozette S165 and just blend it down a little bit. It's a very pigmented color. You only need a little bit, and I feel like this color always needs an additional blending because it's so strong on its own. Okay, next we're going to line the upper lash line, and I am using the Fluidline that's also from MAC Me Over, and it's called Midnight Blues. It's a sapphire blue Fluidline, and I'm using a MAC 209 brush. This brush is pointed, as you can see, almost like the plume on a pen, I guess. So dip into the Midnight Blues and line your upper lash line. Also going to use the Midnight Blues on your waterline, your lower waterline, and you can use that same brush. And the nice thing about using blue eyeliners is that they can make the whites of your eyes look whiter, make you look more awake and more vibrant. The next step for this look is to line your lower lash line. I'm using a MAC Technakohl liner. This came out last fall. It's called Color Matters. It is a lime green, and just line your lower lash line with that. And if you don't have a color like this, you can use bitter or your lime green powder, whatever you may have. And to give this a bit of a smoky look, we're pulling out that MAC Evil Eye quad again, and I'm using the color right next to Moody, and it's this color right here, which is called, oh gosh, I mixed them up. Okay, so this color right here that I use on the outer corner of my lid, this is called Evil Eye. The color I'm using next is a Volux Pearl, and it's called Moody. And Moody is like a grade purple. So take a smudger brush. This is my MAC 228 that I love a lot. And take a little bit of that Moody, and you're going to go over your green line, and you just want the green to peek out a little bit from that smudging of the Moody. So stay close to your lash line and smudge it in. And you should still see a bit of that green peeking out. Like that. Okay, and next up for the eyes, mascara. I'm using my new favorite, which is the Smoky Lash by Makeup Forever. And this is extra black. That's what they call it, extra black. The lower lashes and then the uppers. Alright, so moving on to the skin, I am next using my Guerlain Anti-Dark Circle Eye Roller. And that's just to ensure that my skin has a little bit of brightness under the eyes. So just dab on a little bit of that. Blend it out. Today, I want really full coverage, and the reason for that is when you use bright eye colors or even bright cheek colors or lip colors, it draws more attention to any skin imperfections, unfortunately. So I'm using the MAC Mineralize Foundation SPF 15. I'm an NC30. And I'm using this with a 109 brush, which is a tightly packed soft brush. And this is really great for blending colors, especially creams. So what I'm doing is just taking a little bit of this cream color, and I'm going to apply it here, here, right here, and then under the chin, and just blend it out. This kind of helps prevent you from using too much and looking cakey. And I'm just using circular buffing motions, just buffing this out onto the skin. Okay, and next I'm just putting on some concealer. I do my concealer last because sometimes, or usually, when you put your foundation on first, you'll find that you don't need nearly as much concealer. So I'm using MAC Prolongwear Concealer. This is shade NW20. What I'm going to do is just dot it under the eyes and around the nose. And, so with this look, I want it to have a bronze and a bit of highlight. So to do the bronzing, I am using my MAC Billionaire Bronze Skinsheen bronzer stick. That's what it's called. And I am once again pulling out my 109 brush because this is so amazing for cream products. You really should have something like this. And I'm lightly tapping into the top of the color. With this one especially, you don't need a lot, and it's very pigmented. So what I'm going to do is start right here under the cheekbone and just place the color and then kind of pounce it or bounce it. See that? And then take it up. And then go into the forehead. and then go around under the chin on the nose. So for that, I'm going to use this finger and just put a little bit on my finger and then just transfer that to my nose. Do a little bit of a contour and just blend that out. Because I've used cream color and it needs to be set with powder, I'm using my Sephora brush. This one is, it just says Sephora Professional. It's a short handled kind of blush brush. And I'm using my MAC Skinfinish Natural in medium dark. And we're going to use this to just set the spots that had that bronzing stick. Set the spots that just have the cream foundation. I'm going to use the other Mineralize Skinfinish in light medium. And I'm using my MAC 129 for the light medium. And just pretty much putting that through the forehead, down the nose, under the eyes, you know, just set the areas that can get a little oily. Alright, so next up for blusher, I'm using also from the MAC Makeover Collection Stunner by MAC, which is a satin. It's a very light, warmed pink. So use your 129. Hit your cheeks. You know, this is a fall look, but you know, it's nice to play with color and have highlight and contour. So I'm using my MAC Semi-Precious Pearl Mineralized Skin Finish. And let's see. You know what? I'm just going to keep using this 129 brush and just swirl into it a little bit. I like to get a little bit of the middle there. And tap it over your eyebrow. And under the eye, right above the blusher. Down the nose. And a little bit above the lip. Okay, so the last step of the look is the lips, and because the eyes are the primary focus, and the lips have, the cheeks have a little bit of color, but definite contour and highlight. We want to keep the lips nude. I'm using the MAC Viva Glam Gaga 2 lip gloss. This is a nice nude. Any nude that you have will accompany this look very well. But you want, okay, so the last step of the look is the lips, and because the eyes are the primary focus, and the lips have, the cheeks have a little bit of color, but definite contour and highlight. We want to keep the lips nude. I'm using the MAC Viva Glam Gaga 2 lip gloss. This is a nice nude. Any nude that you have will accompany this look very well. But you want a nude that's pretty opaque. That would be my best tip, an opaque nude. And I like the Viva Glam Gaga lip gloss better than the lipstick because I feel this works better for more skin tones. Whereas that lipstick for, you know, the Viva Glam Gaga 2 is really tricky to pull off, I think. And ta-da, that is the finished look. Some green, a little bit of blue. It's perfect for fall. I hope you'll give it a try. I hope you like it. If you have any questions, comments, or if there's any type of video you'd like me to do, please let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye!